Cypriot flag of Cyprus and kidnapped 21 people, including former U.S. Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney. What they were trying to do, they were trying to bring cement to the people of Gaza, because President Obama specifically, in a speech a few weeks ago, said the Israelis should allow cement into Gaza so the people there can rebuild their homes, destroyed by bombs and missiles made in the USA in January. They were bringing toys for the children of Gaza, many of whom are still homeless from January's bombing. I should say homeless again, because they come from Palestine. Most of the people of Gaza, of the 1.5 billion people in the most densely populated place on earth, are homeless. Stand forward for me. Are homeless, are refugees, forced from their land, forced into a giant prison called the Gaza Strip, and only able to return to the land where their parents were born, as forced laborers, as day laborers, to build the luxury condos that line the beach in North Tel Aviv. And if they were found there after sundown, they could go to prison. Like black people, the signs that in southern towns, they used to tell black people, you can't let the sun set on you in this town. The state of Israel is built on the stolen land of Palestine. And the people of Gaza, who are displaced from Palestine, the former farmers and fishermen, and whatever, who are now living in the most densely populated, most densely packed place on earth, in towns like Gaza and Shati. But that's not enough to lose their land and be forced into this tiny 20 by 20 million strip of land. That's not enough. They are now under a blockade, and they are being bombed. They're being subject to arbitrary bombs and missile strikes by the Israeli military for the crime of casting their vote for a government, for a political party the U.S. doesn't like. We hear about the U.S. promoting democracy around the world. In say Iran. But when the people of Palestine, in an unquestionably democratic election, elected a political party that the United States and Israel did not like, they were put under blockade, and then they were bombed and invaded, and hundreds were murdered. Over 1,000 were murdered, including hundreds of children. Hundreds lost their limbs. 60,000 homes were destroyed, and people are still living in tents 6 months later. And that's why former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney and 21 other people, including 4 other U.S. citizens, were got on board a ship in Cyprus, loaded with concrete and loaded with toys for children, and tried to take it to Gaza. And when they tried to do that, the Israeli Navy, paid by U.S. dollars, stopped them in the high seas and boarded the ship and kidnapped them and took them to prison in Israel, where they are being held, and our government is not saying a word. A former U.S. Congresswoman is in prison in Israel, and the White House is silent, and the State Department is silent, and the newspapers are silent. Ready now? And we are honored to have with us today the initiator of this demonstration,